I remember 8 years ago, it's been 8 years now, that I used to struggle with tons of autoimmune issues, tons of autoimmune diseases. I'll get into that on another time, not right now, but I had somebody tell me that there was actually hope, that I didn't have to stay in that journey. And because all the doctors and all the blood results and everything kept using this word chronic, 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 chronic. And I was like, what a horrible way to be living every day, thinking this is not only how I have to live, but it's going to get worse. And then somebody gave me hope that it didn't necessarily have to stay that way. And I was like, what? What? Are you kidding me? Like, how and why? It was really hard for me to understand when the blood results, the science was there to show that this is what I had, and how could it get any better? Like, nobody was giving me that opportunity to have hope in my life with this. But I prayed a lot about it, and I thought, is there a way to help me feel better? Can I be cured? I don't know. I don't know. But can I feel better? Maybe. And what I remember is that I had this cut on my arm, like a scratch. I don't remember how I got it, but maybe I had young children at the time, so that, these things happen. I had a scratch on my arm, and I looked at this scratch on my arm, and I watched it over the next couple of days go through a natural healing process as my skin went through like the scab, phase and the things. And I watched this on my arm start to heal, and I thought, well, shoot, my body actually intuitively wants to heal. It wants to protect itself. It wants to do things that are healing and helpful, and not make it bigger and like a big open gash. It wants to get better. My body, even though I was diagnosed with all these things, it still intuitively wants to heal. So I thought, oh my gosh, are there ways that I can support my body to do this more, as opposed to choices that might lead me down a more destructive path? I mean, if you have a cut on your arm, it would probably not be smart to sit there and pick at it, right? Or make it open, or make it bigger. That's not going to help you heal. But if I have a cut on the arm and I can support it by maybe putting a Band-Aid over it and protecting it, then my body is intuitively and naturally going to choose to heal. And I watched that and I thought, oh man, if my arm is choosing that, how much more can I do this in other areas of my body that perhaps just need some extra support? Maybe I can make choices that will guide me down a path that will choose to heal and support my system, and I can get better, because the body on its own wants to do that. And so are there things that can support this process as opposed to destroy that process? Pulling at my arm on the cut would destroy the healing process. So why would I do that? Or adding, poisons in there would destroy that. But if I can do things to support it, wow, what would this do for my life? So again, I'm going to get into that on another day, a little bit deeper into like the process of that I've gone through and what I've done to support my system to now be virtually 100% symptom free for over 8 years. Like, I have zero pain anymore, and it's amazing. It's so amazing. I'm so grateful. Again, did I get cured or whatever? I don't know, but I feel really good. And I have made choices that have guided me in a path of supporting rather than destroying. And that is what I'm passionate about sharing with other people, is how can we equip people to be in charge of their choices, to stop and to think, is this going to support me or is this going to destroy me? Because I feel like you have the choices in front of you, and we probably kind of already know what the choices are. And it's just taking that opportunity and saying, you know what, I am important enough that I want to empower myself to make better choices, to choose things that will support me rather than take me down a more destructive path.